Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Majanik here, and yes, I'm actually playing Pet Simulator. It's been a long time, it's been months since I made a video on this game, but I'm back. I'm going to be uploading more content on this game, and to help kickstart my return, I'm going to be teaching you guys today how I am able to get a shiny huge pet every 24 hours without fail. That may sound a little crazy, but I'll explain more in just a second. So if you have been following the economy at all in this game recently, you're going to know that huge pets are like dumb cheap now. They're so cheap and easy to get. For example, here is a huge zebra that I hatched, and it costs 39.7 million diamonds, which is honestly so insane. Before I left the game months ago, huges used to cost like 70 to 80 million, and that was the lower end. And now they have literally cut the price in half, and it's so easy to get these things now, which also means that other huges are easier to get, such as golden huges, like this huge evil golden imp, which costs 55.2 million, or even this rainbow huge bison, which costs 84.1 million. This was the price of like an average huge pet months ago, and it's a rainbow. This is a really good huge pet. So you can see where I'm going with this. If we take a look at, say, a shiny huge happy computer, it costs 109 million diamonds, which is not a lot at all in this game. You can get this very easily. So I'm going to be showing you my method of farming up money and how I'm able to get this much money every day and obtain a shiny huge pet very easily. So as you guys can see on the screen, I am in the kawaii world, or I guess the kawaii section. I don't really know what they call this anymore. I guess it's like a mini world, I don't know. And I'm going to be using the final area for all of my farming. And those of you that have watched my videos in the past, you're going to be like, oh man, come on Nick, not this again. Because a lot of my farming videos revolved around farming the final area. And yes, I'm still sticking to that because it has proven time after time that farming the final area will almost always be the most safe and reliable method for pretty much doing everything in the game. But to make this efficient, we're going to need the correct setup. So you can see my full team of huges. I have some rainbows in here, some golden, and a few titanics. You're going to want to set up like this. If you can't get a setup like this, then it's fine, because this is kind of hard to get. Not as much anymore, to be honest, because huges are so cheap, but just try to go for a full team of huges. I mean, it really shouldn't be that much of a struggle anymore, but if you're new to the game, I understand this is not going to be possible for you guys, but just work with what you have. For the enchants, this is what a pro setup would look like. I'm running 2 treasure hunters, 1 diamonds, 2 criticals, 1 super magnet, 1 superior chest mimic, 1 mini chest fortune, and 1 chest mimic. So you can obviously see that this is a item farming loadout, and I absolutely love combining the chest mimic and the superior chest mimic with the mini chest fortune, just because the drops that you get from these chests are doubled, and it makes it so much more efficient. And mini chests spawn naturally in the final area, so you're going to be getting double drops from those as well. I have the criticals in here just because they help break things faster, but honestly with my team setup, I don't really need a second criticals, so I'm probably going to swap that out and then just put a diamonds enchant in here. But if you don't have a high damage team setup like me, you're going to want to run 2 criticals. I have the treasure hunters in here for the obvious reason that it increases the chances to get drops from breakables, and then the diamonds just because I get more diamonds from each diamond breakable, and the super magnet just to ensure that I pick up everything that I'm breaking. But if you were a free-to-play player and maybe you're not that good at the game and you don't have expensive enchants, this is something you're going to be working with right here. If I were limited to what I could use, I would be using 2 criticals, 2 treasure hunters, 1 magnet 3, and 1 diamonds enchant. This is going to enable me to break the last area faster due to the critical enchants, farm up items a lot faster because I'm going to be getting more drops from breakables, and also make a little bit more money from the diamond enchant. But feel free to play around with this. This is not like a set in stone setup. There might be something a little bit better, but this is just what I personally recommend based off of my experience. For ultimates, I like to use chest spell. Chest spell is a very solid ultimate, as you're able to summon mini chests around you every time you use it. You get about 3 to 4 from what I've seen, and this just helps out a ton with getting more items at a faster rate, which will make you a lot more money in the long run. But if you can't afford this, then I would go for something like TNT shower, tornado, or tsunami, which is the best out of all of those 3. Just something to help you break the final area a little bit faster and speed up your rate of progression. As far as items go, I like to use hasty flags. This is because since I do so much damage with my team, I don't really need to focus on any more damage from, say, strength flags, shiny flags, or rainbow flags. So I rather have my pets go at a faster rate and break stuff faster so I can farm up more items in a shorter amount of time. But if you don't deal a lot of damage and you can't break the final area that fast, then I would recommend using using the 3 flags that I just talked about, because they will increase your damage. And obviously, you're going to want to use all your fruits and toys, just because the power-ups from these items are going to help you farm more effectively. But you don't really need to worry about bananas because coins don't matter. And for potions, you're going to want to use all the potions that will affect the setup. So that means damage potions, treasure hunter potions, cocktail potions, diamond potions, and lastly, speed potions. You don't want to skip out on these. You want to have at least some form of potion running, even if it's not the highest tier, which is fine. I never use the highest tier anyways. You just want something to boost your setup to make it more efficient. Not having any of these on will slow you down a lot. Trust me, you don't want to make that mistake. And I forgot to mention, you also want to use sprinklers too, because this will increase the breakable respawn rate by 50%. So this is especially good when you combine it with a strong team setup that can break everything really fast. You're going to be able to break even more breakables when you use something like this. So now that I have the setup out of the way, I'm going to be going into what items that I'm actually going to be selling for this experiment. In this box, I have all the stuff that I usually sell after a full night or a full day of auto farming the final area. And you can see that I have about 248 million worth of stuff right now. And that consists of all this stuff right here. So a bunch of keys, slots, extra items that I don't need, flags, TNT, pinatas, just a whole bunch of things that I don't really have any use for that I usually end up selling and getting rid of, which makes me a lot of profit. And I forgot to mention for flags, you can also use exotic treasure flags because these are very good for getting more items, but I find that they're a lot harder to come by. So just sticking with the basic flags is going to be just fine. And you're going to notice that I still have some hasty flags in here and sprinklers. I kept a few just because I do need to use them for this setup, but it's not adding that much profit anyways. And I'll most likely end up going through these when I'm farming. So hopefully it'll balance out. If not, the results may be slightly off by like a few 100,000 diamonds, but that's not going to really make or break the results. And my starting diamonds, actually, hold on. I might have to, yep, I have to move my camera. Oh wait, no, hold on. You can see it. My starting diamonds is 3.93 million. So I'm going to be subtracting that number from the total amount of diamonds that I have at the end of this experiment, just because I am going to be getting pure diamonds from farming this final area. But enough yapping, enough talking. Let's get into the farming, and then I'm going to showcase the results afterwards. So I'm going to come into the final area. I'm going to throw down sprinklers. I'm going to throw down hasty flags. I'm going to eat all the fruits and stuff that I can. I'm going to throw on some potions. Oh, and my cocktail potions. I do sell these as well. I forgot to mention that, but I only have 2 left anyway, so I'm just going to be using them right now. And while this is going on, I'm also going to be hatching the final egg, so this is part of the profit as well. If I can hatch a huge pet while doing this, this is going to increase my progress by so much. So if you're able to auto hatch while farming, you should definitely do it, because it will help you out. You could sell the stat pets and the huge pets. Alright, and I am officially back. So it's been exactly 4 hours since I started up this test, and you can see that I actually ran out of sprinklers while I was AFK farming, so that's unfortunate, but it shouldn't affect the results too much. But let's take a look at how much money I've earned in just 4 hours of farming. Alright, so I'm putting all the items that I farmed up into a new box, just so I could see the exact amount of how much money I earned. And there we go. I think this is about everything. If I missed something and you guys catch it, then let me know in the comments. So as far as the items go, I made about 16.5 million diamonds, which is honestly very good. And then I take a look at my pure diamonds that I made, which I have to move my, oh, this way. I have to move my big fat head. So right now I have 14.7 million diamonds. And if you guys remember from before, I started off with 3.93 million, which means I made about 10.77 million diamonds. So 10,777,000. So I'm going to take that almost 11 million pure diamonds, and I'm going to add it to the wrap value of the items that I got, and we're looking at about 27,270,000 diamonds. Now keep in mind, that's only in 4 hours. This video is how I get a shiny huge pet every day, so every 24 hours. So we're going to take that profit that I got, and we're going to multiply it by 6, because that'll give us what 24 hours worth of farming would be, which means we get 163.62 million. So I'm just going to round that up to make it more simple. 164 million diamonds per 24 24 hours. Guys, that's crazy. So not only is that enough for a shiny huge pet every single day, but I could also buy almost an extra 2 huge pets on top of that. And if you combine that with hatching for active huges, especially if you have the Huge Hunter Game Pass, man, you're going to be making some crazy progress. Now, in those 4 hours, I didn't hatch an active huge, but that's okay. I still made 27 point something million diamonds. So that means about every 5.5 hours, I can buy 1 huge pet, maybe closer to 6, somewhere in between there. And there you have it. That's literally all you have to do to get a shiny huge pet every single day. It's not hard, but what is hard is getting to the level that I'm at, being able to have an enchant loadout like this, being able to have a team setup like this. It's not going to be easy for most of you, and for a lot of you, it's probably not going to be possible because a lot of you guys are free to play, so you're not going to have access to these extra enchant slots down here or extra pet equips. You're going to have a lot less than 99, so you're going to be limited if you don't spend money on the game, which, yeah, it kind of sucks, but you can still make plenty of progress even without game passes. If you're not able to replicate this and get a shiny huge pet every day, then maybe take it smaller steps at a time. Maybe try getting 1 huge pet every single day, something like a huge red panda. That's pretty easy to get, but just try your best. Don't give up, because these things will come to you. You just have to keep working at the game and trying your very best to become better. Oh, and I almost forgot, in celebration of me coming back to Pet Simulator, I'm going to be giving away these 2 huge pets, 2 huge mechatronic robots worth right now about 38.8 million diamonds. So if you want a chance at winning these, make sure to comment your Roblox username down below. But I hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure to leave a like. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.